New Tier 5 shiny weapons and epic raid gear has been leaked. Details about future content now wide in the open. A new Destiny game releases tomorrow. A new gladiator armor set is available in-game and much more. Welcome Guardians, let's dive right in. So we know that Ashen Iron in a few weeks is going to launch the epic version of the Desert Perpetual raid. Bungie said that will include new challenges, rewards, and pursuits. Changes to mechanics of each encounter, and completing those will award new legendary weapons and a new set bonus on your armor drops. But it seems, thanks to some new info found, we have some images of those rewards, or at least one of them. The Game Post posted an article of the following, which will be linked down below. One of those possible set legendary weapons could be this grenade launcher. Artist Chase Markham has posted some of his weapon creations for Bungie on ArtStation. There's final shape weapons and some for Desert Perpetual, like the Lance sniper rifle. But he also posted this, which he calls the Eververse, which is a new grenade launcher that we have not seen in-game. Now I find it hard to believe that this won't be in the game at some point, especially with the design coming this far as his other posts. And it does share designs with the Desert Perpetual weapons, so it'll likely be in the epic raid. They say there's going to be new legendary weapons, meaning more than one, but to my knowledge this is the only current image we have. Also mentioned was a sparrow that has been in the collections. I've seen its lore tab and it is quite crazy, a bunch of Vex shenanigans going on. It's called Skim Surface, and if you still use sparrows, here's what it looks like. Rewards for the raid are also getting an update. Clearing all encounters will grant bonus rewards. If you defeat 3 bosses before Core Ghost, it'll give you an extra piece of gear too, which is nice. There's also 2 new weekly challenges. The first one is extra loot from the first clear of an encounter each week for any version of the raid. And the second, unlocked after the first, is bonus loot from the epic raid only. Challenge loot has bonus seasonal power and drops at an upgraded tier, scaling with active feats. All Desert Perpetual gear will now drop at Tier 2 in the Standard Raid and Tier 3 in the Epic Raid, with full clears having a chance for gear to drop at +2 tiers above your base, higher chance with more feats. There's also going to be gear attunement. So there's some more updated news on the Epic version of the raid and some of its rewards. But there are also going to be Tier 5 shiny versions of the current weapons. Here's a picture of those. Destiny Rising releases tomorrow. Some of you may not care, but there's going to be a crossover emblem for Destiny 2, which looks like this. It's called Starboard Forward, and you can get it by completing the Bear the Light event in Destiny Rising. Not sure what that means, but if you're interested in the emblem, that's how you get it. The game should also be available now for pre-download, and the release times are seen on screen. The developers released a video yesterday explaining some of the changes to the game and how the future roadmap is going to look like. The game apparently will have seasons, which apparently are 2 months long, new characters introduced every 4 weeks. Also available in-game as of yesterday is a new Eververse set. The game feels kinda bland without Solstice and lost at times, but hey, if you want to spend some money, here's a look at it. And if you haven't seen them yesterday, we also had some patch notes. So let's review those here to close out this news video. Nothing too crazy this week in terms of the portal, at least as of yesterday, and releases. I think Heavy Metal, the event, comes back next week, but here's what we got. They fixed an issue sometimes leading to urchin errors when launching the Kepler weekly missions. These should now properly tell you when someone in your fire team has a full Strangelet capsule. These need to be integrated at the altar of relativity before being able to enter another Strangelet mission of the same difficulty. For Crucible, they fixed an issue where a character who completed a lighthouse passage would not receive rewards from the lighthouse chest if an alternate character tried to claim rewards first without having a passage in their inventory. Access to the lighthouse and rewards from lighthouse chest are now account scoped. If one character completes a lighthouse passage, another can purchase a separate passage at Saint and go to the lighthouse to open the chest in place of the first character. Once a character goes to the lighthouse, access will reset for all characters until the player completes another passage with 7 wins on any character. And they also fixed an issue where old Trials passages were not being deleted on characters after weekly reset. The portal has increased match-made fireteam ops time limits across the board, Expert up 25%, Master 50, and Grandmaster 75. So this is in an effort to allow people to play fireteam ops more and not be penalized, the first step in playing it over other portal activities like solo ops. For Desert Perpetual, they fixed an issue in the Agrios inherent encounter where players who wait for the boss to automatically align could read which accelerator to avoid charging. For the UI, they fixed an issue where Bright Dust XP would pop up after reaching Reward Pass rank 100. XP didn't change, this is just a visual adjustment. For Hunters, the exotic armor Liar's Handshake and Spirit of the Liar could cause an unpowered melee, grapple melee, or combination blow melee to deal increased damage to other players on the hit that activates the perk. For abilities, they fixed an issue where Ward of Dawn and Well of Radiance were taking too much damage from bosses. And then they made some adjustments to gameplay modifiers, specifically the Volatile Shields modifier to reduce the frequency of visual disorienting effects, increase the cooldown of Unshielded debuff from 5 to 10 seconds, and players must now fully heal before they can get an Unshield debuff again. But anyway, Guardians, that's all we got for today's video. A little news update from various Destiny games, I guess. Let me know how you're feeling about the epic raid, loot changes, and some of the new rewards we might see. And if you'd like to see some more Destiny news, lore, and mysteries just like this video, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video.